I'm 41 years old, and this is by far the strongest I have ever been. This is also the happiest I have ever been in my physical body in my life. But no big changes were made in my physical body until I shifted my mindset and started focusing on these three big things that I'm going to share with you today. My name is Jessie Barton. I have a master's degree in psychology, and I have been training clients for a decade. I use these three tips that I'm about to share with you today with them as well. The first thing that I started to do was that I started to treat myself and train myself like an athlete. Now, this might be a little delusional because I am not an athlete. I did not grow up playing sports. I was a dancer growing up, but I started to take my workouts and myself very seriously. So what does that mean? It means that I prioritize my time with myself. It means that for that 45 minutes to an hour, I showed up and I put in the work. And I put it in day after day. It didn't matter how I felt. I was not bargaining with myself anymore over whether or not I was going to do the workout. Athletes show up. They show up regardless of how they feel. They show up regardless of whether or not they're a little bit tired. They show up. And so I began to show up as well. And what this helped me to do was build that consistency, because consistency really is key. I know we've heard it said a million times, but you show up day after day after day, you are going to see major progress. And what I learned through that process is that every day I show up, I'm not able to give 100% usually. Maybe one or two times a month, I'm able to show up and give what I consider to be 100%. But working out, fitness mimics life. We don't give 100% every single day because we don't have 100% to give. We have jobs and kids and lives, right? So we can't always show up as our best selves, but we can always show up. So whether I'm showing up and I'm giving 30% or I'm showing up and giving 110%, I'm still showing up and I'm still getting stronger. Showing up and giving 30% is way better than not showing up at all and giving 0%. The second thing that really started to change my body was that I shifted my mindset into focusing on how I felt after each workout instead of how I looked. Now, I know we all want those aesthetic goals, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, to wanting to look better. But focusing on that solely is not going to get you there. You need to focus on the intrinsic values of working out. So for me, that meant that I was focusing on how I felt after every individual workout. I was focusing on enjoying the rewards of those endorphins, those feel-good chemicals, the dopamine that come after a good solid workout. Now, this can be particularly helpful if you have perhaps a significant amount of weight to lose, or perhaps you're in a plateau and you're feeling unmotivated. If you simply focus on each individual workout as it comes, focusing on how you feel, you're going to get a little mini reward boost every single time you show up and put in the work. Okay, and that's enough to carry you along, to sustain your habit, and then over time, you are definitely going to see those physical changes that you so desire, right? So focus on those little mini wins instead of the whole big picture, which can be overwhelming and which causes a lot of people to stop their journey completely. No. Focus on the one workout at a time, one day at a time, and trust the process, and you will get there, I promise you. Third mindset shift that I made, and this is a big one, is that I opened the door to discomfort and said, come on in. When we first start anything new, it feels uncomfortable because we're not used to it, right? It feels strange and odd, and especially if we're talking about fitness and working out, it can literally feel a little bit painful, right? Lifting heavy weights can feel painful. Running until your lungs burn feels painful. And when our brains identify pain or discomfort, our first reaction is to stop it. It's to label it as bad, to fear it, to put it out of the way and get as far away from it as we possibly can. But as we know, when that comes to changing ourselves for the better, we actually need to lean into that. So I got very good at being comfortably uncomfortable. And I say it all the time to my clients. You have to learn how to dig a little bit deeper. Each time that you allow yourself to experience a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of pain, you're going to get stronger and you're going to be able to tolerate more, thus becoming stronger as you learn and grow. So that was a big one for me, was learning how to welcome pain, accept it rather than shy away from it. You know, pretending that something doesn't exist doesn't make it go away. But if you say, oh, hi, you're here, I acknowledge you discomfort, and I'm welcoming you in, then you're creating a relationship with discomfort and you're using it to your advantage. You know, we tell ourselves stories all the time. If we are stepping up to do a heavy lift, we have two options. Let's say we're stepping up to a barbell squat rack that we've at a weight that we've never done before. If we step up there and we say, oh, this is going to be hard, it's going to be heavy, our brain is listening to us. Our mind is going to absorb our words, and it's going to feel way more challenging, to the extent that we might not be able to do it at all. But if we approach that barbell and we say, okay, you know what, this is going to be challenging, but I can do this, then we're completely shifting our mindset into a potential for a positive outcome. And then once we achieve that positive outcome, we feel that reward system kick off, that dopamine kick off, which reinforces our ability to do these challenging things over and over again, thus promoting our progress even further. You know, I have run a lot of races in my life. I love running. Everything from 5Ks to full marathons. And every time they're uncomfortable. You know, sometimes the 5Ks are way more uncomfortable than the full marathon because of the sheer speed that you have to put into them. But each time I'm able to make a friend with my discomfort, I am rewarded with either a better time or just a better overall experience with it. And that sort of training, that mentality around training mimics life, because not every day is great, right? We have discomfort in our lives all the time. But if we can make friends with it, show up, and say, all right, discomfort, I got you, I see you, I'm going to work with you instead of against you, then we're going to have a much smoother time in life and in the gym as a whole. Now, this can also apply towards any change in diet as well, right? If you are chasing a certain body composition goal, or you're looking to lose weight, whatever it is, you're probably looking to make some sort of dietary shift. And with that, of course, comes discomfort. Might come some hunger as well. And that's okay. It's okay to feel a little bit hungry from time to time. That comes with eating in a calorie deficit, or counting your macros. Or maybe it's just the discomfort of learning a whole new set of recipes, or of prioritizing protein, of hitting 150 grams of protein a day. Whatever it is that is in alignment with your physical goals, it's going to bring some discomfort. But again, if you bring this mentality of making friends with the discomfort to the front of your brain, and you say, okay, we can do this. I know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. I know I'm going to have to learn some new things. I know that this is outside of my comfort zone. Then you're going to be successful. There's no doubt about it. If you focus on these 3 mindset shifts, I promise you, you will achieve the mental and physical transformation that you are looking for. You want to train and treat yourself like an athlete. You want to focus on how you feel, not how you look, and you want to make friends with discomfort. If you focus on these 3 things, show up, put in the work, you will see results. Trust the process. It works every single time. I've seen it with myself, and I've seen it with every client that I have trained. So get out there, get on with it, and believe in yourself, because I do. If you have found this video helpful, please do like, please leave me a comment, let me know what you think about it, and please subscribe. I am dropping new content every single day. I am dropping a variety of workouts in different modalities. I'm dropping a lot of tips and tricks, and a lot of just real talk about the fitness world in general. So like, subscribe, and I hope to see you real soon.